story to story and project to project, like a theater company performing different plays with the same actors. If that's true, Williams has a casting director's Rolodex in his head. He can draw a lost child and a hardened murderer with the same grace and sympathy. He can make us love or hate a character, or when he wants to, do both at the same time. And finally, his work is crafted by a master. I have been lucky enough to workshop with Walter Jon Williams. I have learned more from listening to him than from any other single source in my career. His insights are sharp, based in experience, and, rarest of all among bits of writing advice, they're useful. There is an interview with Michael Caine where he talks about the art of acting in the serious, simple terms of a craftsman. I try not to blink. Williams has an understanding of the process and art of writing at least as deep as Caine's of acting. There are 3 ways to hide a clue so that it's memorable but doesn't tip your hand. That's some high-level wizardry right there. So, intelligent, empathetic, and beautifully written. That's as close as you're going to get to defining a Walter Jon Williams story. I've said in other places that the job of being a writer is a fine balance between, on the one hand, cultivating a deep and empathic understanding of the human heart and, on the other, not giving a shit what anyone else thinks. That's who Walter is. Craft and wisdom and a lifelong dedication to his craft on one side, a vast and unconstrained, maybe unconstrainable, imagination on the other. The book you're holding right now has a dozen different trips into those worlds. The stories range over 4 decades of Williams' career, and they're all as fresh as last month's Asimov's. It's going to be tempting to read them all in one sitting, and I won't blame you if you do. But there's something to be said for taking these slow, savoring them, letting them be with you for a while before you take the next sip. They're all going to take you different places. Welcome to The Best of Walter Jon Williams. You can trust me. That's saying something. Daddy's World. One day, Jamie went with his family to a new place, a place that had not existed before. The people who lived there were called Whirlikins, who were tall, thin people with pointed heads. They had long arms and made frantic gestures when they talked, and when they grew excited, threw their arms out wide to either side and spun like tops until they got all blurry. They would whir madly over the green grass beneath the pumpkin-orange sky of the Whirlikin country, and sometimes they would bump into each other with an alarming clashing noise. But they were never hurt, only bounced off and spun away in another direction. Sometimes one of them would spin so hard that he would dig himself right into the ground, and come to a sudden stop, buried to the shoulders, with an expression of alarmed dismay. Jamie had never seen anything so funny. He laughed and laughed. His little sister Becky laughed too. Once she laughed so hard that she fell over onto her stomach, and Daddy picked her up and whirled her through the air, as if he were a Whirlikin himself, and they were both laughing all the while. Afterwards they heard the dinner bell, and Daddy said it was time to go home. After they waved goodbye to the Whirlikins, Becky and Jamie walked hand in hand with Mama as they walked over the grassy hills toward home, and the pumpkin-orange sky slowly turned to blue. The way home ran past El Castillo. El Castillo looked like a fabulous place, a castle with towers and domes and minarets, all gleaming in the sun. Music floated down from El Castillo, the swift, intricate music of many guitars, and Jamie could hear the fast click of heels and the shouts and laughter of happy people. But Jamie did not try to enter El Castillo. He had tried before and discovered that El Castillo was guarded by La Duquesa, an angular, forbidding woman all in black, with a tall comb in her hair. When Jamie asked to come inside, La Duquesa had looked down at him and said, "I do not..."